Manuel Jorge Martins de Oliveira is one of Portugal's most famous horsemen. A legendary former bullfighter, he now teaches dressage clinics, and he's a very successful breeder of the country's own breed, the Lusitano. His stud stallion Sabio is worth €60,000.
We Portuguese are very proud of our Lusitano horses. They're the calling cards of a culture that goes back thousands of years. They're very important culturally as well as economically.
But Portuguese breeders are changing the Lusitano's type. It was traditionally bred for bullfighting, driving, and classical dressage. But to compete in modern dressage sports, breeders have altered the size and gait of the horses. Oliveira is not pleased with this development.
I think it's a shame. The traditional Lusitano is a very nimble, graceful horse. But the dressage competitions demand a bigger horse. That's to the detriment of this breed, in my opinion.
The Ribatejo region in the hinterlands of Lisbon is largely agricultural. It's also a famed breeding ground for the Lusitano, which is an important traditional element of the area. Once a year, the otherwise sleepy village of Golega is transformed as horse breeders from across the country gather here. This national horse fair also attracts interested onlookers. Traditions are proudly displayed here, although most of the Lusitanos on show represent the more modern breeding standards. Golega briefly becomes the center of the Portuguese horse world.
People all around the world come to see the Lusitano horse, and that's why we are here every year.
But what many visitors don't see is that people here are breeding too many horses. Those that aren't sold are often left to fend for themselves. This foal was abandoned, so Sharon Clark took it in. The British horse lover looks after neglected horses and tries to find new homes for them in Portugal, as well as in Britain, Germany, or France. She cares for 150 horses with the help of donations.
Good girl. Oh, that's it. Good girl. There's many abandoned horses. The economy in Portugal right now isn't so good. A horse is a luxury item. It costs you money. So many people now, they just can't afford to keep them. They can't afford the food or the hay or the vets. So many are just left abandoned to die.
And some end up at the slaughterhouse. Sharon knows the spot where horses get left before they go to slaughter. It's this field here. This mare, around 7 years old, is very friendly, so Sharon believes she was once well cared for.
She's not very old.
It's very difficult. She's a beautiful horse. It's a waste. It's a big waste. It shouldn't be allowed to happen, but it does. And there's thousands like this that I'd like to save, but I can't. I'm one person.
Within 1 year, nearly 3,000 Lusitanos went to slaughter, the breeding industry's surplus. Belarmino Figueiredo makes his living selling on these unwanted animals. He can earn up to €100 per horse.
People are breeding horses that they can no longer care for. So they call me to sell the horses, to get rid of them. I go there, we discuss a price, and then we get the paperwork. That's very important. The horses need to be microchipped, or the slaughterhouses won't take them.
Traders are now asking astronomical prices for the dressage horses sold at the market in Golega. Breeder Oliveira takes a critical view.
It used to be about passion. You went to the Golega horse fair to teach the people how well schooled your horse was. Today the focus is just on money. It's more about selling. The mentality has changed.
But Oliveira is sticking with his breeding program, focusing on the original Lusitano type. He still believes in the old Portuguese traditions, And he knows what an important role the horse has played in the country's long history.